Hey guys, Bowler here, and I've been meaning to make this video for a long time, so here it is. I'm bringing you guys a video covering all sorts of obscure and weird tech in SSF2 that I always wanted to mention in some sort of video, but never really had a place. Sort of similar to Nintendo's useless tech in Smash 4 videos, except this is not really limited to tech that's completely useless. Some of these are just more weird and actually somewhat practical tech, but there's a good amount of useless and random tech as well. And overall, it's mostly just random tech I don't see talked about very much, or just isn't very common to the average player. Things ranging from character-specific tech to item glitches and all sorts of cool stuff. Now, I'll only be showing 10 different ones in this video, but considering how much crazy tech there is in SSF2 and all these glitches, I could definitely easily make a sequel to this if you guys like it, so tell me what you guys think of the video in the comments below. Anyways, to get right into it, I want to talk about something that's pretty unique to Sandbag when he has item attacks. With most characters, when you pick up an item that acts as a melee weapon, like a beam sword, star rod, or fan, you can swing it with your jab, or you can charge it with your forward smash for 2 different attacks, and that's it. But Sandbag is a special case. He actually has some really unique attacks with these items, having the ability to perform a forward tilt with any of the melee weapons, which does a spinning effect, as well as a sort of lunge dash attack. These moves are actually insanely strong. The dash attack one is a spike if you hit the opponent, but be warned, if you miss with it, you will be stuck in the animation and die. And the forward tilt one can rack up insane damage. Like literally, this is the most amount of damage I think you can do. Especially with the star rod, which can also spike and do insane amount of damage. Now of course, this isn't tournament viable since they turn off Sandbag's ability to spawn items in competitive, but this is pretty useful for any Sandbag players who just want to have some fun with some friends and show off some cool tech with Sandbag. I definitely am a huge fan of the spike one since I've never seen anyone do it before. Next, I want to talk about something that I'm sure some dedicated Ness players are aware of, but I know a lot of players aren't aware of it because it's a unique tech to SSF2 Ness and his down special. So normally with Ness's down special, you can absorb enemies' attacks to heal percentage, and that's how it works in the official games. However, in SSF2, it has a unique property that you can actually heal off your own special attacks, being both your PK Fire as well as your PK Thunder. I will admit it's a lot harder to heal with your PK Thunder, but it does heal a lot more, so it's kind of worth it. But overall, it's a lot more consistent to do PK Fire. And another cool thing about this tech is that on stages with slopes, like Castle Siege or Jungle Hijinks, you actually don't even need your opponent to heal with PK Fire. Instead, you can just throw PK Fire at the slope from an angle like this, and it'll activate the flame hitbox for some reason, letting you absorb it for 2% per side beat. This third tech is more of a fun glitch with items rather than an actual practical tech like the last two, and this is more similar to the old Z-drop Galaga trick back in pre-patch beta, but this time using the explosive tag item. By pressing Z mid-air with the bomb tag, you can make it sort of stand in place instead of move forward in any direction, and it won't despawn after any amount of time. Then you can either throw or hit your opponent into it and it'll immediately stick to them, acting as it normally would as a bomb. This could actually be pretty practical, and if you're ever trying to do those cool Smash 4 like item setup combos instead of training mode, this would be insanely cool for a finisher. And as you can see on screen, you could also just make a giant pile of them and then stick them all on an innocent CPU and watch them explode. Now this fourth tech I want to talk about really is just not practical at all and has no benefit to helping you win the match, but it's probably my favorite in this entire video and I use it whenever I can. So all of the characters who are currently on screen have the ability to crawl, which is needed for this tech. So normally to get the crawl animation you have to move side to side, but with this tech you can actually do the crawling animation in place. To do this tech, you start crawling in a direction, perform a down tilt, and then let go of your direction to the side and start holding down during the down tilt. So after the down tilt, you should start crawling in place like this, and it's pretty funny looking. They look hilarious, it's almost like a sort of secret taunt to people, and it's something you definitely don't see very often. For the fifth tech, here's a really cool tech I found on the McLeod Gaming official server, although I know it was discovered by many other players before this, and it's a tech involving characters with jab combos. So a character with multi-jabs won't get anything really out of this, but a character like Mario, for example, might be able to find some, albeit small, niche uses for this tech. So the basic idea is normally when you do your jab, you start with the jab 1, then jab 2, and then finish with your finisher. However, if you do your first 2 jabs and then jump before doing the third one, you can actually kind of have your jab charge of sorts in midair. And you continue to have this as long as you don't walk or run, letting you jump up multiple times, and once you land, you can do your jab and immediately do your jab finisher. Now again, very niche tech, it's not very practical, but a neat trick that's pretty fun when it does end up working. Some characters in SSF2 have a unique animation for jumping forwards and backwards, such as Mario and Pikachu's backflips. However, with this tech, you can actually perform a backflip while doing a forward jump, by holding both left and right while running and then doing a jump. But since it is required to hold both left and right, it does seem like this is a keyboard specific tech, which is unfortunate because it looks extremely stylish to get a spike after a backflip edgeguard. Next is actually a fairly useful ZSS specific tech I've been seeing people talk about more recently, but I would still consider it obscure enough to put in here. So for some reason, with ZSS, you're actually able to clip through almost the entire stage with your side beat and grab the ledge on certain stages by timing your landing with your side beat just right. The easiest way I found to do it is try and go on Dracula's castle and then about 1/3 of the way through the stage, land with your side beat. If you do it just right and get the right timing, you can clip through the entire stage and steal the ledge from your opponent, which could definitely win you a match in certain crazy situations where you ledge hog your opponent. These last couple of obscure tech really are going to be more casual focused ones, but are definitely more fun to do in my opinion, starting with the heavy mode floating glitch. I'm sure some of you have accidentally come across this glitch before if you ever play heavy mode, but for those of you who don't know, if you play a match in heavy mode and hit the ground during specific circumstances, you can actually just get in this airborne state while sliding across the ground, never touching it. This lets you do the most crazy stuff. With Falco, you can spam lasers or forward airs, all sorts of nutty combo potential. I don't really know why this happens, but I did find some pretty easy ways to set it up if you want to try it yourself. The easiest way I found is to pick Falco, perform a full hop, and then start your down air at the peak of the full hop, which, if done correctly, will make you land with down air and perform this tech. It's pretty crazy all the stuff you can perform with it, and I'm pretty sure I had this happen to me once in an accident with Fox back in 9B. This next tech I wanted to show is more of a glitch, but also could be technically sort of practical in a very specific situation, but Chibi Robo can actually pocket Sheik's up B and SSF2. Unlike in Smash 4 where Villager can't pocket Sheik's up B, Chibi Robo can actually pocket the hitbox and the windbox of the up special's little cloud effect. You could use this to try and edgeguard someone, I guess. It's not amazing, but it is a pretty cool trick for you Chibi Robo mains out there who wanted something pretty obscure. And the last obscure tech I want to briefly talk about in this video is more of a glitch that actually involves, once again, Ness and his down special. So typically, down special absorbs energy-based projectiles like we already talked about, but for some reason, and it probably has to do with how it's coded, Ness actually just does not get affected by Pokemon or assist trophies at all. Like, they literally just phase through him. Not even just the projectile ones, literally all Pokemon just phase through him. This in itself is a pretty strange glitch, but it actually becomes even more useful when you use it with the Battle Revolution event match, where you can only attack and be attacked by Pokemon, making you virtually unkillable in your down B. So anyways, that's all for this video. I've been pretty busy with school this last month, so I didn't really have too much time to work on videos as I wanted to, so hopefully this helps make up for that 2-week break. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.